Do you ever feel like every diet out there is just trying to restrict you, control you, or take all your choices away and tell you exactly what to do? And instead of helping, it just makes you want to rebel. Maybe you find yourself thinking, I refuse to live in a food prison, or, rules are just made to be broken. After 50, you don't want another diet. You want your life back. And if diet rules make you want to rebel, you might be a freedom forger, one of the 5 archetypes from my weight loss archetype quiz. Welcome to Midlife Mojo. I'm your host, Lisa Dupree, exercise physiologist and health coach for women over 50. This is a podcast where we talk about mindset, movement, and making real progress without feeling trapped or restricted so you can eat well, move effectively, boost your energy, and feel strong and confident in this stage of life. So let's get started by talking about what it really means to be a freedom forger. You hate feeling micromanaged. You crave flexibility. And you know that lasting change comes from a personalized approach, not a one-size-fits-all plan. And that's a really good thing. But sometimes that desire for freedom can trip you up. For example, maybe you've been following a plan perfectly for a week, and then a stressful day hits, and suddenly a screw it moment appears. You grab the chocolate, you order the takeout, you skip your workouts. It's really frustrating because you know you don't really want to sabotage yourself, and you're doing it anyway. Or maybe after sticking to a strict plan for a while, you just feel the urge to rebel, just to prove you're not going to be controlled. It's a pattern, and it's common for this archetype. The plan says, follow the rules, do it this way. And your Gen X brain responds with a full-on Rage Against the Machine soundtrack. So yeah, it's not a lack of discipline. It's your deeply ingrained resistance to anyone telling you what to do, right? And when it comes to food, it's usually the ones that feel like novel, indulgent, or forbidden that we're drawn to. So it could be fast foods, it could be sweets, it could be a glass of wine, or just a really fancy dish or dessert. You might eat impulsively or in large quantities when you're feeling stressed or restricted. Your eating patterns are inconsistent, but here's the thing that never gets addressed. The thing that is overlooked is that it's not about your willpower. It's not about your motivation. It's all about asserting your independence. Some common frustrations for freedom forgers include feeling trapped by diet rules, self-sabotaging just as they start to see progress, feeling angry at your body for not cooperating, and just being resistant to tracking or measuring food. And when it comes to self-talk, you may be saying things like, nobody's going to tell me what to do. Nobody's going to tell me what I can and can't eat. Life's too short not to eat what I want. If you're nodding along right now, just know you're in good company. I basically just described myself. Like, welcome. You are officially in my people group. I have been living here in this space for years. And in this episode, I'm inviting you to come on over and sit next to me. And here's an important realization that I had when I recognized this was my archetype. The need for freedom, to embrace autonomy, is natural and healthy. It actually protects you from being overly restricted, to doing things that are unsustainable, or going forward with unhealthy approaches. But sometimes it can backfire. The more you fight the system, the more you can get stuck in cycles of all or nothing thinking, frustration, or guilt. Picture this. You are following your meal and exercise plan, right? A stressful week happens. Instead of bending the rules in a way that works for you, you just toss it out completely. Suddenly, you're eating more impulsively, you're skipping your exercise sessions, you're stressing out, and instead of feeling in control, you feel frustrated and guilty. That's the freedom forger pattern in action. And this is where coaching can make a big difference. You don't need to give up your independence to see results. You don't need to give up your autonomy either. The key is learning how to design a plan that gives you flexibility and accountability without anyone dictating what you do. And that's what I do with my clients. Enable them to take the lead, honor their autonomy, and help them make choices that actually move them forward. And so, how do we work with this archetype? I say we because I'm right here with you. First, it's all about choice. In my coaching, I'm not going to be the authority telling you what to eat, when to eat, how much to eat. Think of it as I am your partner helping you co-create a plan that you feel good about, that you feel confident about, that you feel is really workable. And so some strategies that work really well tend to be flexible frameworks instead of rigid rules. Think options, not commands. Choosing your own adventure style goal setting works as well. Like you decide the path and I help guide it. There's also identity work, and that involves reclaiming your power around food so that you feel in control and able to be proactive, not impulsively reacting. There's also practicing intuitive eating principles that honor your body's autonomy and reframing structure as freedom and not restriction, because structure actually allows you to enjoy life and eat with confidence without guilt. Here's an example I often use with my clients. Instead of saying, eat X number of calories per day, we explore, like, here's a range of options. Which ones feel doable this week? Which ones make sense for your schedule and preferences right now? You get the control, you get the freedom, and you get the results. That's the kind of strategies that make Freedom Forgers thrive. And now let's talk mindset, because this is where lasting change happens. Here are a few shifts that can really help. The first shift, structure is freedom, not prison. When done right, structure actually makes your life easier and your choices more empowering. The second one is empowered choices beat reactionary eating. You are not a victim to your cravings. You get to decide what works best for you. And the third is progress doesn't require perfection. You can make mistakes. You can have those screw it moments and still move forward and reach your goals. Here's a little exercise for you. Think about the last time you rebelled against a plan. What was really going on? Could a flexible approach have let you honor your independence and stay on track? Just taking a second and doing that reflection alone can be incredibly powerful. So here's a takeaway. Being a freedom forger is a strength. You value independence, you value choice, and flexibility is very important. And when you learn to harness that in the right way, you finally have control without feeling restricted. You can enjoy food, you can enjoy exercise, you can honor your body, and make real progress in a way that works for you. If you'd like help creating a plan that respects your freedom and gets you the results you want, I'd love to have a chat with you. You can book a call with me at lisadupreecoaching.com/getcoached, and together we'll explore a personalized approach that actually works for your lifestyle, your preference, and your goals. This wraps up our deeper look at each of the 5 weight loss archetypes. If you missed any of those episodes, I've linked all 5 individual episodes in the show notes, along with a link to the quiz if you haven't taken it. And this quiz will help you pinpoint your archetype and identify the mindset patterns that you're working with. In the next episode, I'm excited because I'm switching gears a little bit. I'm sharing about a big personal goal I set for myself last year and that I actually followed through on. And that was competing in not 1, but 2 bikini competitions in the fit model division. I'm going to be honest about what it required to build muscle and lose fat, what surprised me about the whole process, and what parts of that experience that you can take and apply to your goals, whether it's weight loss, building strength, having more confidence, or having more energy after 50. Thanks for joining me today on Midlife Mojo. Until next time, get out there and keep your mojo rising.